morning, good evening, wherever, whenever, however you all are. How's it going, everyone? Thank you for being here. It is very sincerely overdue. My apologies. It's been like, what, 2 or 3 months since the last member stream? Obviously, that's on me. No one else but me. No one else. But we're here. We're at fun tonight. Probably got, I'd say about probably no more than 90 minutes, but we'll make it a fun 90 minutes. We can talk about whatever people want to ask for, whatever comments in the chat. You can go ahead and do that. I don't really care. We're gonna roll with the punches tonight. We're gonna roll with the punches tonight. I just want to have an excuse to hang out with you guys. It's been too long, and that's the least I could do is give you that awesome time because I love hanging out with you guys. I like hanging out with Lessa. I like hanging out with Deleted Scenes. I like hanging out with 5 Picoseconds. I like hanging out with D Bud Martin. Like, seriously. I like hanging out with all my Dolph Lundgren members. Bruce Lombardo, wherever he's at. All you guys. Oh, it don't matter if even if you're balls to the wall member. I just like having you guys here. That's what it's all about. So yeah, it's day before Thanksgiving. In this case, for some of us, it's the night. And if you're really far ahead into the future, well, sorry that holiday for you. We have a lot of faces already here. What's up, guys? Nick the Greek, FKHC 2005. Snortopoopus Cuber. How's it going? Joe Dog, how's it going? Neil, what's up, Neil? How you doing, sir? Thank you guys for dropping. So I just posted in the community tab right before we went live the link to hop on the stream. So once again, this is for all members. It don't matter. Usually it's for the what's it called? The huge tier, the Dolph Lundgren tier, but to make up for lost time and to show my love and appreciation, I'm letting all members come on. Even if you're at the $1 balls to the wall level as well. So you come on in, hang out here. Let's enjoy the festivities. I'm sure some of you guys who are coming in, you're like, oh hey, I'm not on the Streamlabs. I gotta get used to the Streamlabs. So I get you. So what's going on, Release McCracken? How you doing, dude? Oh, that's good. Ooh. I needed that Red Bull. I needed this Red Bull. I tell you. But man, I was thinking about so much Thanksgiving food. I can't wait. I mean, anyone who knows me knows I'm a hardcore eater, but I can't wait to get myself into a major hardcore food coma tomorrow. It's almost like one of those things where if I don't do that, I feel like I feel miserably at my job. It's like, what am I doing with my life? What happened? What went wrong over here? I don't like it. So this is just me trying to assess and saying, okay, what can I do this year to accomplish the food coma? What's up, Vulcan Lives? How you doing, man? Madhouse Retro Gaming, what's up? Guagnar, how you doing, sir? By the way, guys, yes, we are dual streaming as well. We are going live on Rumble as well. So I'll post that Rumble link in the chat. There you go. Thank you, guys. But yeah, for me, Thanksgiving is red because I feel like this makes that member stream even more timely because I get to be thankful to have you guys here and hang out. We get to talk about, whether it's the future of Toxic Tuesday. We could talk about, ideas of comics to talk about, or if stuff's just on your mind. I saw obviously Joe Dog had some comments earlier, and I'll acknowledge some of those comments because he said that he's having a bad year. I'm sorry you are, man. That sucks, but hey, that's hopefully, coming here to this side of YouTube, hopefully gives you a little bit of an escape because we all need an escape more so than ever. It's very essential that we have that right now. I feel like, especially at this side of YouTube, the fact that even it exists, I feel like it's a huge therapeutic, cathartic outlet. And it's something that I hold very near and dear to yours truly. And he got Godzilla -1 on 4K. I guess that means it's out here in North America, which means I gotta go get my damn copy. That's what's up. Oh, look, we got a Deleted Scenes back here up at the front. What's up, man?
Oh. This is new. I gotta learn this. All right. Hello.
How you doing,
How you,
Steve?
how you doing? Doing all right. Doing all right. Was feeling a little under the weather last night, this morning. Getting my second win now, and hopefully, if all goes well, I will survive the stream.
Oh, you'll survive. It's
Yeah.
just getting used to it. That's all that is. So, here's why I changed it. After I saw what was going on with the StreamYard price hike, to me,
Hmm.
it wasn't enough to warrant what I was using. And for not it was like I'm looking at this 8-10 people thing, and I had the 25, what was it, $25 level, and then they upped it to like what, $40. I was almost double the price. I'm like, whoa, this wasn't like like $5-7 thing. This was almost 100% of the price going up. And to me, that just kind of didn't warrant that. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a few things Streamlabs can do that StreamYard can't. And of course, vice versa. So you got to take the pros with the cons, cons with the pros. But so far, I have fairly transitioned well. The only thing that I don't like that has driven me crazy is that guys like Mark D with a C, they can't like come in here on their own time and add stuff that they want to. On StreamYard, you can have like at least one or two people who can, come in on the stream and help assist you with stuff. And
Hmm.
that's great. And that's one
Yeah.
thing I gotta give credit for StreamYard for doing. But you don't get that with Streamlabs. But other than that though, I do like it. I'm still learning a lot of the buttons. There's like sound effects you can make for like when you get like super chats. There's still all these things I haven't really like messed with. And I want to really like take the time to get to know it, but it's just been too much time in life to be able to get my hands on those little itty nitty bits and say, hey, ooh, which button do you do with that one? So yeah, other than that, I do like it. I do think it's fun, and I do like the format. I do like the ordering the things, and yeah, it's very actually really easy. And of course, it's even cheaper. The one I had the middle level of StreamYard. This was $20. So $5 off what I was paying at the time. I'll just say, ooh, I see Nick's got a comment here. Godzilla's Godzilla minus one. I got the Japanese limited edition of Godzilla minus one, and I like how they name it and minus color. Loving it. And you know what? Let's use it as a segue. So obviously it's been on America. Do you own a copy yet, Japanese or
Uh,
American, Steven?
Sadly, no. I got to get on that for the end of the year.
Yeah, I kind of get on that too. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
try. Maybe if I gotta look in the price, and if it seems more, let's just say reasonable, maybe I
Hmm.
can beg my lady to get that for me as a Christmas gift. Because that's a movie to own, man. That's a
For
movie to
sure.
own. Yeah. Did you see that one in theaters?
Oh hell yeah, yeah! I
Yeah,
saw it in theaters. I
right.
saw I saw both versions actually.
Oh,
So
did you?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, what's it like to see like a black and white movie in theaters? Like I've never seen one. Even with like the re-releases of like things that come out, I've never seen a re-release movie even in black and white. What's it like seeing a black and white movie?
Hmm. Well, I liked it because because it's so reminiscent of the older films anyway, especially that original from '54. It I kind of got the idea that watching this must have been what that was like watching that back in the day, first run on the
I
screen.
can see where you allude to that. Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's why I dug it. I'm trying to remember what was the last time I saw a black and white movie on screen. Well, I know Schindler's List. That was '93, and I have to have seen one or two since.
That was black and
Yeah,
white because my lady and I were watching. Like, obviously, I was only 6 at the time, so I didn't see it in theaters. But you're right, that's a black and white movie. Yeah. So you must have definitely saw that one then in the cinemas. Then, so maybe the first one's in Schindler's List, unless
it
you're
might
one of.
be.
I know
I'm trying to
Logan.
remember what else was a black and white movie.
Logan had a brief run in black and white. I know that. If you were a
Hmm.
fan of that, Logan had a brief run. Other than that, I don't know. Obviously, and I'm trying not to include re-releases. And I
Mhm.
think the only other thing that may have, and that's just me like saying, hey, I think was a re-release movie. No new theatrical movie came out and say, hey, this is either in black and white or we're gonna put out a version of this in black and white. It's really interesting to see this uptick going on in black and white. I've noticed it in books that have been coming out lately, like Conan chapter books that are coming out, and we have black and white movies coming out. I'm like, are we like slowly like moving forward by going backwards? I it makes me wonder,
I think we
especially now.
have to.
I think we kind of have to
Yeah.
too. It reminds me of a video Razor Fist put out, I think 2 years ago. He can correct me if he's out there and tell me if I'm wrong. And he felt like he said the way forward was to going back when he talked about rejecting modern sensibilities and embracing pulp heroism. And I feel like he meant that in the the heroic sense, but I feel like he meant he was more right than he may have led himself to believe when you look at the formatting of movies, the way they're looked at. It seems like even though I didn't see Alien Romulus, one thing I have heard, where it's from people who are on the positive side or the negative side, it seems that a lot of people are mentioning that the movie re-emphasized the use of practical effects. Imagine that, man. Black and white, practical effects. I hear Washington Redskins is on the way. I mean, are we looking at a world where I think we might actually be going backwards with going forward. That might actually be the little definition in real time what's going on. But this could be good. This could be fun. This could be really fun. I mean, I'm trying to think of like if I could put out a movie that'd be, I guess you could say, re-release in the cinema in the black and white take, what would it be? Because you can play around with that a lot. I like to actually see the first Death Wish in black and white. I could see that being a black and white film, the first Death
Yeah,
Wish.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a fitting flick. It is such a perfect flick. Maybe you could do the first Dirty Harry. Um, I can actually see the first John Wick, as well. If you want to go with newer movies, I think
Mhm.
John Wick could definitely get the black and white treatment.
Well, it definitely had that noir quality to it, and I wish somebody would go back. I mean, Tom Conkle did Troubles My Business, but I want to see more people going back and doing these sort of noir kind of detective stories again. Um,
Agreed.
I can see Blade Runner in black and white.
How did we, man? That you dude, that's a yes, Blade
You know,
Runner,
how many versions of Blade
dude.
Runner are there and there's not a black and white? Come
You
on,
would
Ridley
think,
Scott, get on it.
yeah, you would think at least someone would have come up with that one, but how has it not been thought about? Before we continue on with that, because you hit on something great there. What's up, Operation Outstanding Infield? What's happening, Nick? Happy Thanksgiving, bro. Outstanding to meet you this year. Great to meet you, man. Obviously, we hung out at the Dallas meetup. We had pizza. It was awesome. We hung out like at the night at the one bar the night before the meetups happened. So yeah, good times, dude. A pleasure. Joe Diaz, have you watched Landman? The first episode was awesome. Go watch it tonight. I still haven't finished the episodes 8, 9, and 10 of the new Cobra Kai season. That's how far behind I am. What's up, DJ Play Nice? How you doing? Max Redstone. Okay, let's get back on this. Since you mentioned Blade Runner, it had me thinking Ridley Scott. I would love to see Black Rain in black and white as well. Michael Douglas, 80s perm, going against the Yakuza, some brutal killings. It already is like a noirish type of movie, but set in Japan anyways. I feel like that movie's just ripe for the black and white. And I think it would make that type of movie look a lot more gritty and savage. Even though it's not like the most greatest movie, it's a very serious movie. And I think the black and white would add to that. Oh, and then with which is probably my favorite Hans Zimmer score before his scores all started becoming really, 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 really repetitive. I feel like that was when Hans Zimmer hit his peak. I would love to see Black Rain. Oh man. Now, see, now you're dreaming big, Steven. You're dreaming big, and Nick the Greek mentioned Black Batman 19.
Batman.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I think if you're going to take any Batman movies, I'd say you could take that one and maybe Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I'd say those three. I don't. I see. Here's the thing. I feel like Returns has to have the color. Returns has to have the color. You have the big giant duck that the Penguin has. You have the colors kind of being more emphasized in Returns because, well, the world is just a lot more animated. It takes place during Christmas. I feel like Returns has to be color. So I'm going to go with the first Batman 1989, then Batman Begins on The Dark Knight. I don't see the Pattinson, but I feel like the movie's already in black. There's no room for white. The movie's already in black anyway, so you really cannot do the Pattinson movie, no matter how hard you try. What's up, Tim Hayes? Oh, dude, right, Max? No, it's an outstanding Zimmer score, and it's one that kind of gets overlooked a lot. Amidst, and I don't get to talk about it enough unless you've caught my recent Bond streams, but I do have a unspoken of love for the movie soundtracks. And man, that Hans Zimmer score is one that just it's like it just like got memory hold. Even though even the movie as a whole feels like it's gotten that same treatment. And that's really unfortunate because the movie benefits from a great Douglas performance, a great score. And once again, this is a Ridley Scott movie. How is a great Ridley Scott movie kind of forgotten about? Think about it. It's like one of those things where people are like, oh yeah, that did come out. It's not like something that immediately comes to mind. Unless you guys like you and I, Steven, you and I are in the know. We know about Black Rain, but I'm sure if you mention it to your, let's just say, average normie friend, probably ain't gonna remember that, right?
Probably not. No, which
It
is a
doesn't.
shame because it's
Yeah,
it's a good film.
yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
the quality was absolutely representative of those types of movies that should be like an immediate movie. Ooh, dude. Yes, Batman the Animated Series.
Good.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot, Joe Dog. You are hitting on the goods with that one. Oh, dude. Especially that Gray Ghost episode. The Gray Ghost. Oh my goodness. Or that anime movie. What was it? Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero would work with that treatment as well. Did you ever see those? Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero?
Here's where the chat is going to stick me with spears. I have not seen them.
Oh, well, you should.
I haven't. I need
No,
to. I do
dude,
need to.
seriously.
Yeah.
I will tell you stuff without telling you stuff because I
Mhm.
feel like I've gotten pretty good at that. They take place in the Batman the Animated Series universe. Mask of the Phantasm is basically, to make it simply put, a story about why Batman is not allowed to be romantically happy with his life. Really powerful, really moving, absolutely awesome. And then there's Sub-Zero, which was originally supposed to come out right when Batman and Robin came out in around 97. But because of the reception that Batman and Robin got in 97 and how bad it bombed at the box office, they pushed it
Yeah.
back a whole year because they didn't want to be really linked to that movie since both
Associated.
movies
Yeah.
were Batman movies that had Mr. Freeze in each of them. It's unfortunate, the circumstances and the timing around it, but I'll tell you, man, Sub-Zero, heartfelt, dude. Heartfelt. So damn good. So damn good. Hey, what's up, Muhammad said? I've watched Black Rain. Soundtrack is awesome. Shane Spofford. Dude, I got a grudge. And no, obviously it's not one I'm gonna hold completely onto, but I'm gonna hold on to it minorly because since luckily I'm still a physical media collector, it's still nice to have certain things just for the car, basically. I like to listen in the car, but man, when I want to listen to like the Bond soundtracks, dude, a lot of the ones from John Barry and the Roger Moore and Dalton eras, not on there at all. You can find them on YouTube. People have made their own playlists of the songs in order the way the movies play. Not on Spotify. I'm like, bro, do I gotta go on eBay and Discogs and seek these albums out on wax? Because I feel like I have to. Because it's just once again a great reminder that once again, not everything is on Spotify. I don't know how much you focus on movie soundtracks, but man, bro,
I used to be pretty big.
oh really? Okay, so who are your big guys?
Let's see. Well, Zimmer, especially with the Gladiator soundtrack.
Yeah, okay, yep. I'll give you that one. Yeah.
Let's see.
I was entertained by that soundtrack, by the way. I was entertained.
Yeah, definitely. And let's see. I need to go back and look at them again. Pretty much any music from Twin Peaks, Angelo Badalamenti. You can't go wrong there. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
Yeah, those I used to be big on those. I got to go up and kind of look and see what I still have, because I have there's probably this high that are of old cassettes.
What?
Because that's all I had for a real long time. Because there was this whole back and forth where we had a record player, but I wasn't allowed to use it. It's kind of a long story, but when that happened, I switched from vinyl to cassette, and then eventually, once I could afford them, to CD. So I have a lot of cassettes. I have a lot of CDs still. Don't listen to them as much, though, I've noticed, since I've been on YouTube, because you go on YouTube, you just put the song up or the album up, say full album, it'll pop up. You'll find it.
Yeah, of course.
But, I am still that physical media guy. Obviously.
Oh,
yeah. But
I love your wall, by the way. Your wall is glorious. It's a nice looking wall. It's a great wall. It's the best wall.
It's a good wall. It'll be huge.
By
you go up on top of the wall, you have pizzas.
Chat, just a reminder. Just a reminder, if you are a channel member, all channel members are welcome. I check your community tabs. You are allowed to come on here if you want and join me and Steven in this great discussion that we're having, bouncing around from black and white to soundtracks with movies. And yes, it's a huge conversation. It's the best conversation. Come on in here and join us and enrage in the discussion. Yeah, I always have gone into buying the soundtracks, even though I've always been invested and enthusiastic about them. But now I want to seek some out. I have the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack. That's a great soundtrack. It's got a great theme song. It's got tons of great anthems that obviously really made people at that time associate with that movie. I've got the Top Gun album too from the first movie. I mean, God, that's such a memorable anthem. I mean, everything about that. That's the peak 80s right there. Top Gun right there. You don't get more Americana than that of the mid 80s. Straight.
Yeah, I mean, because all the soundtracks were bangers. Sometimes soundtracks would do better than the actual films did.
Well, that was yeah. You're hitting
American Anthem comes to mind.
Yeah,
where the soundtrack was more popular than the actual film. But and yes, I just made an American Anthem reference, folks.
No, that's great. That
hadn't thought about that movie in years.
What's up, Max?
Hi, Max.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
What's new, man?
Not much. Just Thanksgiving it up here.
What's your plan? To eat yourself into a coma?
No, just a slightly inflated state. I'm I no longer get a feeling of gratitude from stuffing myself with food like a shopping bag.
Well, I feel gratitude. I won't ask. I feel gratitude from stuffing myself. To me, it's if I don't go to my bed and then immediately knock out, I feel like I failed Gotham City or some shit.
No, I used to. I had a gastric bypass about 14 years ago. So the place where the food goes into is like about somewhere between the size of a golf ball and a cue ball. So it's like, yeah, I literally should not be stuffing myself. So
Okay, that's fair, man. I understand.
I
respect
not
that.
not getting that wouldn't be advisable at this junction or ever.
So we're just on, so we can now bring you into the
I
fold on this discussion.
you know what, I am severely lacking in physical media. I lost and when my place was liquidated in Chicago, I had a person who was supposed to be packing up. Like I said, okay, these are the things that I want to save. These are the things that could go. If you cannot put these things into storage, let me know. I will fly back to Chicago and take care of it. Well, lo and behold. Yeah. All my Doctor Who and Blake 7 VHS tapes. Oh man. It's just it's yeah. But it's like I got this as a photographer moving into the digital age. And I was going to school. I started going to school in 2003 for just at the time when digital was actually starting to become actually diagnostically objectively better than film. So I was like making backups of let's see, it's like I can, it's like I got.
Is that the early stages of digital format?
Well, no, this is just stuff I got lying around. I got like hard drives of hard drives. I'm in. It's like I can't even shove stuff onto the cloud because I only have 1 terabyte.
Okay.
And it's like, so like, and then I found this new software. It's anyway. So I have a lot, like for music. My point is, it's like for music, I'm totally digital. It's like I have I love my 2012 Passat because it has an aux port.
You're talking VW Passat, right?
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
go on.
It has an aux port. It has a CD player. It has an SD card. It has Bluetooth. It has AM, FM, and Sirius, which I don't subscribe to. So, and of course, the old owner left in a SD card, which I just put every single Pet Shop Boys, because I love Pet Shop Boys, and Beverly Hills 1 and 2, and Wang Chung, because and it's just full and it's in there and it's never coming out.
And so how long have you owned this car then? It seems like you're really
3 years.
Attached to this car.
Over 3 years, because I got it before I started going to school for drone operations in August of 2021.
Holy shit.
Holy shnikes.
House Retro Gaming has not only just become a channel member, not just any channel, but guys, this is a special tier. It's the best tier. If you know this face, you know why this tier is the best tier.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Madhouse Retro Gaming is a Dolph Lundgren member. Dude, thank you very much for becoming a Dolph Lundgren member. Reach out to me, brother. I know. I think are you on Twix? Let me know. If you follow me, I'll reach out to me. We gotta get
He's a Kenna member. Sponsorship like you wouldn't believe.
please. Yeah, if you want to come on too, you're welcome to do that. Thank you very much for becoming a Dolph Lundgren member.
Wow.
We're out there. I could feel the Lundgrenness of the Dolph smiling down on us the same way that he smiled back at Tia Carrere and Little Tokyo.
That time, I heard you coming.
Now, let me tell you, there's a girl who Steven Seagal could have ruined but didn't, and I'm glad he didn't.
So, Madhouse, I'll go to your community tabs, all right, and then I'll refresh it, and you'll see I have the link posted, so you can come on in there, brother. All right, please come on in. The water's good here. I think the water's actually great here.
Now,
so please
we were talking about Beverly Hills Cop 2 with Beverly Hills Cop, and Beverly Hills Cop 2, which I saw as a kid, and I didn't really have the wherewithal to think, it's not that good of a movie, but and then Eddie Murphy kind of nailed it on the head. It's like, you know what? It was a pretty well made crappy movie, because it was it was basically copying over the it was pretty much copying over the format of the Beverly Hills Cop 1. However, what was more important was that it was setting the format for the Bruckheimer Simpson blockbuster format of the 90s, if you think about it.
Yeah. Hey, Five, I think I can hear your keyboard a little. Just letting you know, brother. But go ahead and straighten that out. But okay. Go on.
I mean, if you think about it, having the soundtrack and the custom songs and the look and the whole thing, and that went on all the way through to Days of Thunder, when they kind of killed that, when Don Simpson and his Bolivian marching powder habit kind of killed that vibe. But
yeah, we can hear keyboard loudly, dude. But
yeah,
anyway,
it's right behind me. That's
okay. But how's it going, Five?
It is good. I just got back from my friend's house.
How was it? Was it fantastic? Was it
Yeah,
huge?
because I'm off this week, so we were just like, hey, let's go to a bar or something. So we did that. And
well, tonight, I mean, in America, because I know you're in Canada. In America, the day before Thanksgiving is considered the busiest day at bars of the year by far and large. It's not even close. It is absolutely nuts. I mean, I've met many friends who lived in Chirac, and I have heard novels of the lovely debacles. I mean, Max here is from Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm sure he at least has heard of some of the debacles.
I remember working at the Board of Trade. The bar was packed.
Oh, dude, and they all are too. It don't matter if it's the most diviest of the diviest, the middle of the line, the sports bar, the goth bar, the rave bar, the fancy bar. They're all packed. They're all packed. Joe Dog asks, Nick, do you like Barry Allen or Wally West as the Flash? I love them both, but if it comes down to one, it's got to be my boy Barry. I know my buddy Andrew Rodriguez from Ripperverse. If he hears that, he's probably not going to be happy with me. Andrew, I forgive you for not being perfect like me and understanding that Barry is just the better Flash, but I forgive you for your incorrect opinion.
I don't know Jack Shinola about comic books, and even I know Barry Allen is the proper choice there.
Oh, Max dropping down the hammer. What's up, Devian Duckworth and Mars Monkey Max? How you two doing? Happy Thanksgiving if you're in America. Hell yeah.
Mars Monkey me.
Mars Monkey Man. Oh, hot dog. So are any of you gentlemen planning on catching this Nosferatu movie? Because I actually kind of want to see it. And for all the crap I give remakes, this is the one I'm kind of curious about. This one actually seems like it could be okay. We'll start off with Steven. Do you plan on seeing this one?
Absolutely.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm really looking forward to it. It was on my most anticipated of the year list.
Oh, okay.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I hope they get it right because Robert Eggers is a little scattershot with me. I haven't liked every movie he's done.
Which ones do you like from him? So I understand where you're coming from, brother.
Yeah. I like The Witch.
Okay.
Was not a fan of The Lighthouse.
Really?
I get what he was trying to say with it, but it didn't quite come off. I thought he just kind of went a little too far up his own ass with that one. But The Northman was fantastic. I love that movie.
Okay.
It's basically Conan meets Hamlet. It's great.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it's more Northman and less less The Lighthouse.
Okay. I've only seen The Lighthouse and The Northman, which I did like them both. And because of The Lighthouse, that was what initially made me have a glimmer of hope, if you will, that the Batman, because that's what I call it on these parts, would maybe not be as trash as it was. I was like, oh, maybe this will be okay because this guy showed he's got some chops that are way beyond the Twilight years. Well, then the Batman happened, and oh boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Man. So okay. 5 Pico. Are you gonna catch this Nosferatu movie? Or are you gonna pick up a lady who wants to have her blood drank from you?
Probably not, to be honest.
Probably not.
Wait, hold on. I was trying to switch my mic because it kept going into my.
Oh, you sound better, man. You sound
okay,
a lot
perfect,
clearer.
perfect.
You sound
I got the right
great.
one now.
You sound outstanding. You have a great voice, the best voice.
A lot of people say I got the best mic. Okay. No, there's 4 mic settings here, and 3 of them are my USB camera for some reason.
Yeah. No, you seriously, you sound so good, dude. You sound perfect.
Okay, perfect.
So, anyways, Nosferatu, yay or nay?
Probably not. I haven't really gone to the movies in general recently.
Okay.
It's just too much of a hassle, and usually the movie sucks. So.
Okay, that's fair. That's valid. Welcome to the show, Madhouse Retro.
You caught me.
I know, right? I caught you. It do be
Hi.
like that. Welcome.
I'm looking this way because my big 75-inch TV is where
That's
you guys
fine.
are, and I'm
That's
sitting
fine.
on my couch.
Cool. Looks like a comfy couch.
Likewise.
Well, welcome to the member stream, sir, and thank you again for becoming a member.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I appreciate that. So,
Wow, I need a shave. That's bad.
it's okay.
I'm gonna
Just
go like
hey,
this.
Let the beard grow. I'm fine going back to the Lemmy next week. It's been a good run with this, but
It's winter time,
kinda-
so this got to come out, but this can go away because this just itches.
So before we carry on with you, Max, do you plan on catching the Ferratu, or are you not interested?
More likely not. It's
Okay.
I'm more of a what would this genre be?
What,
technically?
Nosferatu?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, as far as the original version, I mean, that's one of the earliest takes of, I guess you could say, old school horror. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say camp horror.
I'm more thriller, cut 'em up horror. I'm more modern horror.
Okay.
So yeah, that's and just like 5, I'm not really thrilled with modern cinema. So they've still
Okay.
kind of lost me.
That's fair.
So
All right. Madhouse. It sounds like you have some thoughts to add to the conversation.
Well, I've seen the original.
Yes.
So the original, when it came out, was not meant to be spoofy or campy or anything like that. It was supposed to be taken seriously. It was what the horror genre of the time was.
Yes.
But if they don't make this new one campy and spoofy, they're going to fail. Because
you think so?
Today's audience likes that spoofy, campy horror when it comes to things like vampires and stuff like that. Like we do like our like hardcore, vampire hunters like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like where they just like blood's everywhere, and Blade where they're cutting heads off and things like that. We love that stuff. But a lot of like the campy horror we also love is like that black and white, like they never show anyone actually getting hurt, like stabs don't happen, they kind of go like off screen, screams don't show on screen, like that stuff. It's like it's classy horror.
Okay, no.
So, as long as they follow that, I think they'll do fine. If they don't, then it's gonna tank, and not even William Dafoe will save it.
That's interesting you say it, because here's the thing. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like it's going to be campy, and here's why. It doesn't seem like of the few movies I've seen from director Eggers, that doesn't seem like something he leans into one bit with his movies. Now, have you seen his other movies?
I haven't, but I read an article the other day that like listed them, and I was like, okay, I know what these are about. And I will agree. Like that was my worry about it. I was like, this director does not seem like he's more of a like
very serious.
Friday the 13th, like 2 or 3, when they got like really hardcore into like making a lore and like making things happen. He's that kind of director. So I don't know. I'm gonna watch it anyway, just because I review movies. So
okay. He's definitely a director who has he's not like overly complex. I'd say he's at the perfect line of complexity. His stories are not exactly like kindergarten level straightforward, but they're not exactly. He's not exactly trying to confuse you either. He's just. I think he's right in the perfect middle ground. But however, his stories are deep in how personal the characters get. And normally, with stuff like The Lighthouse, that's him doing his own stuff. But this time, he's attaching himself to something that has come before.
And here's IP.
Yes, he's going for pre-existing IP, so he does have that to his advantage. I feel like obviously the built-in audience will come in. I wonder, like, how scary will this actually be? I know my buddies Tom and Andre, they did their own Nosferatu take, and I still have yet to watch it, but I plan to. I watched the retrospective. By the way, Chef, if you haven't watched it, you should. Tom and Andre's retrospective on Nosferatu, so good, freaking good.
I just don't see Nosferatu, and of course I've already stipulated that this is not my bag, but I don't see Nosferatu lending itself to being campy unless it like goes Monty Python.
No, I agree with that. That was my only worry. Is I think a lot of people went into this thinking it was going to be that same campy quality, but then that first trailer we got where there's blood pouring out of that girl's eyes, I kind of went, this isn't going to be the movie I thought it was.
It probably might not be, but I think I will have to say I do think though a little different. I think it has a shot at being okay. I do think it has a shot. And I want it to be good. I mean, I'm giving time and money to this. So, of course, I want to enjoy it. I mean, that'd be retarded if, like, I take my money. I don't want to like this. I don't want to be like, where's Tom to do the great Nick Cage impression? If right now Tom would do a great Nick Cage saying Nosferatu impression. And that would be the impression.
I'm Nosferatu. You don't understand. You don't understand, Nick Weiser. I am Nosferatu. All right? I'm Nosferatu.
That reminds me of one.
I was just going to bring up Renfield.
I was actually going to bring up what's the one he did a few years ago? It was a lower film, lower key film. The one where he plays himself twice.
The Unbearable Weight of Natural Talent or something like
Massive Talent. The unbearable weight of massive
You know what?
talent.
that. That was a really good movie.
Actually,
I don't care what anyone says.
I
That was a
agree.
really
I
good
agree.
movie.
He did a great one called The Pig, where
Yes, Pig.
I-
Yes,
and-
Pig was
and
good.
I just made up a line at the end. It's like, no, you don't understand. I am the truffle pig.
It's a
Nicolas
shame.
Cage could say anything and sound
Yeah.
amazing.
It's a shame he didn't come back to be Ghost Rider one more time for Deadpool and Wolverine. I would have laughed so hard. It was like, I go with one last freak out. I could be Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. Oh,
They killed Johnny, man.
they killed me at the multiverse. I don't like this concept.
Did you guys hear he just got in a huge legal battle over his CGI thing for the the Flash movie?
Did he? No.
Yeah, he
no.
got, well, I wouldn't say it's a legal battle. He pretty much put this legal document out and signed it, and it's like binding now that after he dies, no one's allowed to use his likeness to do any kind of CGI or aftermarket stuff because he was worried about them doing that with Kevin Conroy. I can't see his name. My
Rightfully
brain.
So, yeah,
But-
rightfully so. Now,
Because
here's
they
the
were going to
thing.
do that with Kevin, and I was like, that's so disrespectful.
Agreed.
Unless the artist was like, hey, I want you to continue using me, keep doing it, I want this to continue, that's fine. But if like the artist just dies and has nothing on the table, don't do that. That's sleazy and wrong.
It is wrong, and it shows you, things do gotta end someday. You can't have everything just continue on forever. It's okay to pass the torch to something else. It is, despite
Speaking
what
of that,
you want to think. Go ahead.
I just rewatched the 3-part Crisis on Infinite Earths.
The
animated
movie.
ones?
Okay,
Yeah.
I like those. The Bruce Timm
and-
animated, right? Bruce
yeah.
Timm. Yeah.
Yep. And they did it where like the antimatter waves coming through and killing different worlds. So they show the different planet. Like, so one's like the Justice League of America cartoon from like the late 80s. And then you see the Kevin Conroy Batman, and he goes, the Joker asks him, what are you doing here at the end of the world? You coming to visit me or something like that? Play with me? And Batman goes, no, I'm going to go out the same way I always will, being Batman, and punches him in the face as the antimatter wave destroys that universe. And I was like, that's perfect, because that was the year that Kevin died.
Yes.
That movie came out, and at the end of the movie, it even has like a thing that says, for our friend Kevin, who will always be Batman. And I was like, oh.
You just
Jensen
brought up
Ackles even almost
something-
didn't do that movie because he wanted Kevin to voice the Batman.
Because he is Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long you've been around the sphere of metals. I know the gentleman, everyone else around here. These guys have been around the block. Deleted, 5 Pico Max. So when Kevin Conroy was alive, one of his last, he was doing that cameo stuff. Cameos? He was doing cameo. And our friend, Mexican Iron Man, he hooked up, Stone Loki hooked up Kevin Conroy to do a happy birthday video for Mexican Iron Man. And
That's
usually, if
awesome.
you look at most of them, most celebrities go about somewhere between 30 seconds to a minute. Kevin Conroy gave him around 7 or 8 minutes. Do you guys remember
Whoa.
that? You guys
Yeah,
are
I
at. He went really deep with it, very insanely heartfelt. And then he had passed on a week or two later. It was not long after. Go on Stone Loki's channel.
He was just gone. Like,
type
he was
in
healthy
Loki.
and then gone. It was a
I-
very
uh,
strange time.
I remember I did an Andrew Robinson cameo for Klobby once when we were still in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, dude.
loved it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Seeing that, watch that video, and the fact that Kevin Conroy really gave his time to Loki with that video, and I'm just like, holy crud, that is freaking awesome. That Conroy was obviously, he was so about the fans, and he really loved playing that character.
He used to walk into comic book stores and just walk up to fans that had like his Batman, and like he would go, "Hey, what you looking at?" And he'd talk to them, and he goes, all the time they would take like 4 or 5 minutes before they realized like it was him, because his natural voice is just a little bit higher than his Batman voice. So that small distinction is very easy to like not notice it right away unless he says certain words. And there was a video out there somewhere, I'm sure it's still out and about. He walks into the comic book store and the kid has like Batman the Animated Series like t-shirt on and like a Batman with bat hat. Like he was like the super fan. He was like 8 or 9, and Kevin walks up to him and starts talking to him, and the kid's like, "Yeah, this is my favorite Batman, and I remember when he did this and this." And his dad finally like pokes the kid and goes, "That's Batman." And you see the kid's face like look at him, go, and then go, and his eyes got real big. So he was like, "No, it's not. Oh my God, it is Batman." He's my Batman. He'll always be my Batman.
Oh, straight up. Oh, man. When they put out a few years ago the Blu-ray box set that had all the seasons, both animated movies, which I before you guys all got on here, I told Mr. Steven here, you gotta watch Mask of the Phantasm. 5, I know you've seen it.
Yes, very much.
You can't tell me it's not great.
Of
You
course
can't tell me
it
it's
is
not.
the best Batman film.
It's the best Batman film.
The animation is just French kiss. Like they did so well in that. There's no clipping. There's no bad scenes. There's normally in those fast animated films you can get some sort of like almost like image replay. So they'll copy and paste a bunch of stuff to make it look like it. Like a lot what they did with the Justice League. Justice League, was it Ultimate? Unlimited. They did a lot of like copy paste, and they would use scenes from other episodes to like save time. That movie did not do that. Everything they made in that movie, everything they drew was 100% new for every scene. It was phenomenal.
Seriously, I feel like now tonight I'm like, do I watch Mask of the Phantasm or do I watch Sub-Zero, or do I get into License to Kill from Bond? No, now I have like this 3-way dilemma, and I can't do both. I can't do all 3 as much as I want to, because that sounds really damn tempting.
I'd recommend. Are you watching them? Are you watching Bond in order?
Here's how it's been done, Max. So every November for Toxic Tuesday, this is our 3rd November now, where we've been talking Bond. The very first one 2 years ago, we did 5 weeks of Connery.
Oh, okay.
And then last year we did what was it called? Roger Moore, 5 Roger Moore. And then this year, Roger Moore did so many, he ended up doing 7.
Yeah.
We did his 6th and 7th movies. And last night we did the first Timothy Dalton flick, going into his 2nd one next week. Then next month we'll go into the Pierce Brosnan month. Okay. And then I know I'm thinking long term here, but should this show go way far down the line, we'll do Never Say Never Again. What's that other one? Lazenby, On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
That's my favorite Bond movie.
Really?
Well, I was gonna recommend Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, next year for sure. We're gonna do and here's the thing, we're gonna do that one a little differently, because we're gonna start off with Die Another Day and then go into GoldenEye, because I feel like I don't want to end Bond month on a whimper. And I actually love Tomorrow Never Dies. I love The World Is Not Enough. I love GoldenEye, but I feel like for me, Die Another Day was the miss of the 4, and I'm not gonna end Bond month on a whimper. So I feel like just get that one out of the way.
Well, that's
and
why
then
I
go
said,
to the R3.
Begin it there. So anyway,
no.
Because that is the hokiest one.
I love Tomorrow Never Dies, dude. Tomorrow Never Dies was my first Bond movie in theaters, so I was 10 years old at the time when that came out, and I was so excited because go ahead.
I was gonna say I loved it just because I love the BMW 7 Series.
I gotta look at the BMW 7.
That's fair. That's a fair thing to like that movie for. That car is stunning.
But I remember falling in love with those movies, and
Yeah.
from Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day, I was able to see all three of them opening day. That I did pull off with the Pierce Brosnan movies. The only Daniel Craig one I saw in theaters was Skyfall, and I was really confused watching that because I'm like, because I had to remind myself I was watching a Bond movie and not a Jason Bourne movie
Yeah.
because it felt more like a Bourne movie.
It's also not a good film.
Oh, and about an hour
That's
and a
fair.
half too long, and an hour and a half too long. Oh, now okay, I'm not
Isn't
gonna
it
go
only an
into
hour
it.
and a half long?
I'm not gonna go into. I know I do
I-
respect Casino Royale. I do respect
I
Casino
am
Royale.
Javier Bardem, and you are sent to your death by Judi Dench. Isn't that sexy?
I
If you're
do
looking
like
for a
Casino.
Batman recommendation,
I do wish I saw Casino Royale. I wish I'd seen
Yeah.
one, but bringing it back to those are early Bond movies. Like I to me, like Pierce Brosnan was just like that. To me, that was one of the coolest guys to be. I was like, I remember being 10 thinking, I want to be like James Bond. Like he had that smooth voice. He was so smooth that he was on Simpsons episode being the voice thing for Marge Simpson.
Yeah.
She's like, oh,
If-
Pierce. Oh,
I mean, if he hadn't been under contract for Remington Steele, then because Roger, the most ironic thing was Roger Moore didn't even want to do Bond.
no, he didn't.
He didn't.
And Timothy Dalton was originally too young many moons earlier. They wanted Timothy Dalton earlier, and Pierce Brosnan was supposed to come in sooner. And then the fun part is, even when Pierce Brosnan was supposed to be first doing GoldenEye, that was actually originally supposed to be Timothy Dalton's movie.
Yeah.
Were these guys just like
You
all
know,
sword fighting to be Bond?
I mean, Tim, and it's just a shame. And Timothy Dalton just didn't have the writing.
I disagree. After rewatching The Living Daylights yesterday,
Living Daylights
I
is good.
thought that was excellent. I thought
No,
the
the Living
writing
Daylights,
is-
the Living Daylights was good, but it's just
but that was the only one that they did that was almost word for word for the book.
Yeah.
Like that was the closest rendition in that series that was to the books.
Yeah.
That was the big fall for him, was they just kind of went off script and tried to make him his own thing when they could have just taken the book and made a movie.
Take care, Nick the Greek. Thanks for being here, buddy. Now I gotta rewatch License to Kill. It's been a long time, but I love The Living Daylights so much. I will now go as far as to say it's one of my favorite Bond.
It was.
One of my absolute favorite James Bond. All of them too, not just of the. I'm saying of the two Bond. I'm saying of all the Bond movies, The Daylights is a top fiver for me.
I've watched it more. I mean, when I say he didn't have the writing, I mean License to Kill.
License to Kill was bad.
Yeah. No, the Living Daylights was excellent. It had the right. It's I often made the comparison of correct amounts of frivolity and how it can go off of the rails. And I compared two Doctor Who episodes, the Death in Paris, City of Death, and Nightmare of Eden. If you know the two Tom Baker episodes, it's like they're like City of Death is the most popular ever Tom Baker episode, most popular Doctor Who episode ever. It had like 17 million people watching it at time of broadcast. And then Nightmare of Eden had just a bit more frivolity, but it was so much more unbalanced. And it's like the worst Tom Baker episode.
Maybe these guys on here know their Whovians. Sadly, I'm a moron.
I'm a Whovian. I completely agree with your assessment there. That was
okay.
That was
there you go.
Solid assessment.
Someone knows. Good.
Okay.
Because I'm like
anyway,
I look like a moron.
No. It's just the frivolity. You add a little bit more frivolity, and it gets exponential. It gets logarithmically, exponentially more unbalanced.
It's the same process when they added Captain Jack Harkness in the first series of the remake with Christopher Eccleston. He was that funny, I'm trying to make everything a joke, and Eccleston's doctor was not. And it kind of like bashed heads for like 3 or 4 episodes before it kind of found itself.
Yeah.
Brian McCann says,
which was good that they spun him off to Torchwood.
Yeah. I don't think he would have lasted as a full companion.
Yeah.
People would have got tired of him too fast.
Brian says 1994 Island City, Kevin Conroy stars free on YouTube. I'm gonna remember to watch that. Thanks for the suggestion. I'm always looking for more manly films.
If you're looking for a good Batman film, it just came out, so a lot of people didn't like it. I don't care. But the new, I think it was like 2020 or 2021 it came out. The Jensen Ackles Batman, I think it was The Long Halloween.
I liked part 1.
2 parts. Okay.
I liked part
if you've
1.
seen them, but yeah, I liked them.
I don't like what they do with part 2. Part 1, I thought the animation was good. I thought they start out the story right, but then it was starting becoming just as much Catwoman story in part 2. And now I'm like, oh, that was when the whole bait and switch was starting to hit its prime.
What did they do for part 2? Because I never actually watched part 2. Did they just like throw in Catwoman Win in Rome or something, or what?
Oh, she basically is the star in part 2.
Yeah, it went from a Batman movie to a Catwoman movie. But that was kind of the thought process, is they were going to try and introduce a Catwoman movie, but everyone hated part 2, so they did it.
That's not the way you get them to want a Catwoman movie. You should have kept it as a Batman movie, leave enough intrigue about Catwoman. You know, it's a whole don't show too much. And be like, okay, hey, maybe leave like a plot thread hanging. Like,
like at the end, Batman walks away and she like gets into a car and drives towards like a building, and it's like some company that is against Batman. And she's going to go work for them. You know, like I'd be like, oh, well, what's she gonna do now? Yeah,
like a corporation here. Problem solved. They could have done something. But
or just make Halle Berry back or Catwoman again, and then I'll be happy.
The best thing that come out of Halle Berry's Catwoman was the character in Mark Miller's Wanted called the Fox. She's basically designed to look just like Halle Berry's Catwoman. If you've not read the Wanted comic, you should. It's a very brutal comic. It's she
has like a real bright orange suit, and it's like skin tight.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks a lot like Vixen almost, but
almost like Vixen. But yes, he made it to look like Halle Berry's Catwoman, but with orange. But trust me, I did think about Vixen as well. That definitely crossed my mind. But dude,
you see a black woman in an orange suit, you think Vixen.
I quote Chris Rock from the last time he hosted the Oscars, because I was there a few days before at the Comedy Store when he was testing out material. Halle Berry as Catwoman. Damn, that woman put me off, pussy.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but Chris Rock likes tiny white women, so his opinion is invalid.
That sounds like that's called a code for he likes him so he can break them.
Like I said, I just happened to be there when he was testing out material for the Oscars. So.
I got a couple things I wanted to show you.
Sure, show me your goods, man.
I'm gonna head out in a few. I'll head out right after this because I gotta head to Trader Joe's.
All right, I'm gonna embiggen you, man.
Okay, so I got to pick up a bunch of what are these 92s? Yeah, it's a run of Superman Man of Steel from 92.
Ooh.
I have a bunch of them.
Okay.
There's foxing on the edges and stuff, so I haven't cardboarded them yet because I want to see how.
Man, just read them as is. Don't you worry about that. Just go for it.
The only one I wanted to cardboard. So you have this one, which is him fighting the Goliath worm thing.
Okay.
this is the one that I wanted to.
Oh, hold up. Sorry.
Where is it?
Oh,
28? No.
there we go. Oh, dude, look at that. Look at that.
Ah,
You-
there it is.
Oh, yeah. I like this single. All
I
right.
can't get the. There it is.
Louisville. It's Louisville. Hey. Can you show the bottom of that cover?
Yeah.
All right, there. I was trying to see those names. Oh, Simonson. Oh, nice.
But this,
dude.
I just want to put it in a thing and put it on the wall because this cover, I remember when I was a kid seeing this in the comic book store. And at the time I had no money. I couldn't buy comics. I remember seeing this specific comic. And I always thought in my head, I was like, Lobo's probably the most badass villain I've ever seen in my life. But yeah. So I got a bunch of those. And then I also picked this up the other day. It was pretty big on comicbooknews.com.
Okay.
They had a whole article about it. It's called Wonder Woman Outlaw
Oh, dude. Good luck.
by
I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Tom King. I liked it, but
You actually like
I have-
okay.
I have caveats to that. The storyline sucked.
That's the problem with Tom King stories. He
can't tell a
doesn't-
story to save his life.
He has a good idea, but his characters all do not act like how DC characters act. He'll have a good idea, and the characters will become Tom King and his wife.
Right.
And it's
Trying to find
unfortunate
that.
because he'll get guys who are like good artists too. Like I remember one artist he had named Clayman, who was really good. Clayman's fantastic. Look him up, check Clayman, MANN, fantastic. And trust me, you want to know how like you just look up Clayman, Catwoman, or Lois Lane. You dudes will like have like 90 hard-ons.
So
go on.
I don't like the storyline, but the artist that he uses,
It's good.
Daniel Sampere. I've seen his work before, but this is just a different level of detail. I'm going to show you a picture inside of it. It's a it's a full size image, so it crosses both pages. And this, if they made a good story, this book would have done a lot better.
Oh, of course.
Simply because of this.
Oh yeah. No, it's a good
Ooh.
spread.
Is
It's a good
that not
spread.
a quintessential Wonder Woman like ideology? Like that's what I think of when I think of Wonder Woman.
It's great.
She is fucking tall and beautiful and gorgeous. She doesn't have a sword.
No,
I hate Wonder Woman with a sword.
it's unfortunate that a good artist is on there and it's ruined by what Tom King tells as far as the story, because he does get all these like talented artists and we're like, how are you getting these guys?
Right?
It don't make no bloody sense, bro.
Well, for the artists nowadays, and artists all they're looking for, because they don't care about the story a lot of times because they're just drawing. They'll just put their name on stuff and they'll do it to get exposure and get a little bit, higher level tier of credibility.
So they can move on to Netflix or some crap. Yeah.
Right. Then they move on to
yeah.
like a multi-million-dollar project, like making a new DC animated movie or, whatever. But like a lot of those artists will just kind of do whatever they have to get in, not caring about the storyline. But it's not good because it's hurting them, because people read that and then go, I don't want to listen to any of these 3, 4, 2 people. I don't want to read any of this. And they'll just blacklist the whole crew. And it's like, you can't do that. So as comic book readers and lovers, we have to kind of differentiate in the tiers of what makes a comic between the colors, the whole package, really, everything, words, how it's laid out, the flow of the whole book.
Agreed. Strongly agreed. Yeah. It's unfortunate that we're at that position. And with Tom King being involved with the Lantern show, that's really concerning because of the few panels I've seen online. My buddy Wes from Thinking Critical, he posted a few panels of where King wrote Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan's
I didn't even know
basically
he wrote Hal Jordan. What the fuck?
not like
You're
as a
making me sad
run,
now.
not like as a run, not like as a run. Let me make myself clear
Okay.
here. I think they were taken from the Heroes in Crisis story. I think. and it showed you. And I think Hal Jordan was in like 2 panels, and those 2 panels, Hal Jordan did not talk like Hal Jordan talked. He talked like a guy who needed to be in therapy because his wife cucked him. That's what he talked like. And that's like the opposite of Hal Jordan. That's the opposite. That's not how Hal Jordan should be talking. He should be the guy who's laying down the smackdown like he's the Rock during the Attitude Era. He's supposed to be the hot shot in the room type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Does anybody know what the Rock is cooking right now?
So I went and looked up the Tom Green thing because I knew it would be very niche.
Tom Green or King?
The Green
My
Lantern.
mama's on your butt. My mama's on your butt.
All right,
the Green Lantern that Tom King wrote.
I'm gonna duck out. Hey guys, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Nick, thanks for having me on. Keep warm up there back in the native estate.
I will, man. Appreciate you, Max. Have a good Thanksgiving, dude.
All right. Take care.
Max, I'm going to say I'm being, I guess you could say, hypothetical. However, knowing Tom King the way that I do, I can't put it past him for that to be literally true as well either. So that there is a possibility that is a reality, that Tom King does get cucked on the day. He's basically the Destiny of comics, if you know what I mean.
He's a Fed, so you gotta.
Oh yeah, that too. He's a Fed, and he's the Destiny of comics. And if anyone, you guys know about Destiny and his ever so cucking situation, dude.
So I went and posted in the private chat a link to the review for the comic that you're talking about for Tom King. And I mean, as soon as you see the image, like, one, it doesn't look like a Green Lantern comic. It was the part of the Dark Side War series.
Okay.
So like, a lot of those comics don't necessarily reflect the originality of what they were. They were trying to put new spins on them.
I remember the art of this being good and the story not being good, because the art he had was Doc Shaner, and Doc Shaner is basically just he's like and I don't want to sound insulting about Doc. He's basically like a lesser version of Darwin Cook, which is not a bad thing. To be a lesser version of really, really, really good art is not a bad thing. It's actually good. So go on, finish your point. And then we're gonna answer this for Joe Dog.
So my point with it is it's literally the same exact thing that Tom King did with this. Is they made a really stunning looking comic, and it looks beautiful. And if it had the right storyline, if it flowed correctly, it would have done well. But people hate that specific Green Lantern because of Tom King.
And that's the thing, that man, I'm not gonna even I'm just not gonna go there. I've already gone off about Tom King. I'm on therapy break from Tom King. Not that I do actual therapy, but the Tom King is the closest I've ever gone into therapy because of. Right, Joe Doc said, "What's your guys' favorite Superman cover?" Oh God, there's a
probably
cover.
The one I just showed.
If I had to think of one, I think it's actually one of the Christmas covers. I gotta dig for it, but it's one of the Christmas covers that I love. I think it may actually just been a holiday special where Superman was on the cover, but that would be my favorite Superman cover. I got dig for it, but it's one of those ones. It's really cheerful, really Christmassy. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Oh God, now I'm gonna get back to you on that, Joe. I'll have an answer for you next Friday night, because I know we're gonna slide into some Christmas stuff for the season. It's gonna be diabolical. It's gonna be huge. Let's see here. Our man here, Madhouse, said
that's my favorite Superman cover.
All right, ever. We're sharing this one. This is great. That's great.
When you said about Christmas, it made me think of the burgers for some reason, and I was like, "Oh wait, no, I know which one it is."
Dude,
yeah, I love
more
that.
burger. Or I'll starve to death. What? But you've already eaten enough for an army.
If I remember, he had like some kind of poisoning or something that was like depleting his energy, and the only way he could get better was to literally eat these burgers.
Here it is, right here.
Because they made fun of
Oh.
McDonald's with this because they were saying it was like a McDonald's type restaurant.
Oh yeah, it is like a McDonald's type of restaurant. I can see it's like
Yeah.
it's like an M, but the extra loop is there. Dude, that's
This was
fantastic.
when Action Comics were trying to get like brands and stuff into their comics to get like more notoriety. And they asked McDonald's to do a free insert, and they're like, "No, pay us," and it was like an outrageous amount of money. So they just did an extra arch.
I love this. This is this is a fantastic choice, brother. This is a fantastic choice. So I guess since we got all of us dudes here, let me remove this here. We'll start off with Steven. Do you think James Gunn's Superman has potential?
I hope so, but I am going in with very low expectations.
Yes.
And it's just off of what we have been seeing lately. I think we're going to have a few more years of movies being kind of mediocre.
I think
at least the studio films.
I'm
keeping an open mind. I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope it's good. I don't want to be the black pill. I hope it's good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I don't think it's going to hold a candle to Christopher Reeve Superman, though.
I don't think so at all. Even if it is in a possibility that it is good, I just don't see that happening. And not just because of the legacy, the shadowing of Christopher Reeve, but the fact that, granted, I know we don't have a trailer, and it already right off the bat feels like it's trying to be a DC Universe movie and not a Superman movie. They should have gone the Iron Man route. And granted, I know we haven't seen it, and I hope this movie ends up being more Iron Man and not BVS. And I'm not talking about BVS in terms of quality or lack thereof. I'm talking about it being but if I do that, we're gonna go another 3 hours. We already know where that conversation is gonna go. We know how I feel about Z Snyder. I need Tom here with me for that. That's one thing I miss about Klobby. I need to do? I need to make that Wolverine meme where he's holding the meme photo, and in that photo, it's got to be me and Klobby taking shots at Zack Snyder in the framed photo. That's what it's got to be. But the part that drives me crazy about this is I know if Gunn really truly gave it his let's just say is all, he could do a Superman movie, right? I think he can do it. It's more of a will he do it? I don't think he's incapable. I actually don't think he's incapable. I think it's just what he's encountering, where the rules of how Hollywood movies are being made at the time, the adding 800 heroes, the building of the universe that hasn't even begun yet. I feel like that is what's going to hurt this movie more than the Superman story itself. And you know what? Even though I don't like the, I actually had no problem with the Kingdom Come S. I don't. I like that the suit's color bright full again, but I don't like the weird scaly lines, and I hate the New 52 color. That New 52 color is criminal. Someone should be sued. Like, seriously, like, I don't know how I can interconnectedly blame it on the U.S. government, but if I could blame it on U.S. government for saying, "Hey, that Superman collar is evil," I would, because seriously, that collar is horrendous to look at. Why? What? Why are we trying to make Superman collar a thing? And now I will say it. The one thing that this movie looks like it's going to be, it does look like it's going to be hopeful. That part I like. That part I do like. I do like that it looks like it's going to be a hopeful movie. And it shows, and that would show that Gunn is capable of not trying to be a slapstick movie. So if he could, I would at least give him credit if he could do that right. Show me that he's capable of telling a Superman story that has moments of small doses of humor, but doesn't need to go bonkers with it. And I'm a guy who likes bonkers humor. Superman does not need to be bonkers humor. Full stop. Not even up for debate. There you go, Jojo. Yeah, good. Bright color. All right, the bright color is good. It's nice to see colorful suits again. But maybe, and this is a conspiratorial Nick speak. Maybe that suit's just the first suit, and by the end of that movie, he'll have the actual suit without the collar and the scales. Watch, that's not going to happen. I'm just trying to be hopeful here. What do you think, Matt Housewood? Do you think this Superman movie can deliver?
It's going to depend on a couple of things. One, they need to recast Crypto. Full stop. I don't care about anything else.
Too late. Too late.
I know, but like, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna haunt me the whole movie, just like Chris Hemsworth's Transformers Optimus Prime voice haunted me the whole movie. But so recasting Crypto, and then there's two other things. One, they need to not revisit Superman's origin story again.
I think they made it clear that they're not going to go there, which is good.
Yeah, like Spider-Man stopped doing it, Batman stopped doing it. At this point, everyone knows the story. And if you don't know the story going in, it's going to be incredibly easy to find out. Like, but so not showing that, but still showing him growing up. Like you have to have some point where you show him first becoming Superman with like a really bad suit and he's breaking things and hurting people, not meaning to. And then at the end of the movie, he needs to come into himself and defeat the giant monster or alien or whatever supervillain is attacking him at the time. And 3, they do not bring Lex Luthor into this. Keep him out of this movie.
He's in the movie already. Will they? He's Nicholas Holt's going to be him, but they didn't say if he was going to be the main villain of it though. So my guess is he might have a active role in the movie, but not as the main villain. I think the main villain's supposed to be Brainiac. That
makes sense with them showing the world exploding, because that's like Brainiac's whole thing is he wants to create a new Krypton. Blah blah blah. You know what? But
I do.
So I didn't know that. So was that just released recently?
It was months back.
Oh, I must have just missed it then.
We cover this stuff on Midnight Edge. We've been covering this very deeply. We'll just say Steven can attest to that. Every time the little thing comes up, we cover it, right, Steven? Yeah.
But no, so then cut my third point, because if he's going to be in it, I don't think Holt would be a bad choice. He's definitely better than the douche from Zack Snyder's or from Superman versus Batman.
That was Woody Allen on Helium.
Yeah, that was.
He didn't act like Lex Luthor. He acted like he was the Riddler.
It was the worst casting I think Hollywood has ever made, and they just cast a black girl as Astrid from How I Met Your Mother. So that tells you something. They cast a white Viking as a black girl.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
I didn't. I'll have to look into that for later. But Holman, that sounds like another gender bent confusion that I don't want to get into. But I'm gonna look into though on my own time. That's wild. Superman.
One other thing they have to do for that movie is when they show him growing up, his dad has to die.
I would like for his parents to be alive. A lot
of the comics and animated shows show his parents alive. I think he's gonna need some sort of thing like Henry Cavill's needed to get that push to actually keep his honor and his integrity when the worst thing in the world happens. When that's the true test of a morally right character like Superman or Captain America, is when they're at their absolute darkest. Do they flip the switch and murder, or do they repent and give mercy?
I like the idea of Henry Cavill Superman, but I don't feel like any of his movies were good with him as Superman. I like the idea of Henry, but obviously that ship has sailed and is never going to happen. However, I would rather his parents be alive. I want his parents to be intact. I like having the family dynamic. I want DC to embrace family again. I liked Ma and Pa Kent. I want to see and Joe Dog, you're gonna get a kick out of this. Even though I'm a Barry guy through and through, I love that Wally, Wes, and Linda Park had each other and they had a family. I want to see family concepts being embraced again in DCU lore. I mean, we had such great friendships. We had great romances. We had great families in DC. I mean, Fi Pico, who got me started last year on the Teen Titans run, I fell in love with the idea of Nightwing and Starfire because that comic was written so damn well. It invested me in those two. I want there to be those types of bonds. I feel like having the Kents there to me would add to the family bond of having them both there. I feel like Superman, the only crutch he needs is just to be the best man that he can be, just because he simply knows it's just simply, the honorable thing to do. He doesn't need to have something bad necessarily happen to him. If anyone's going to test him, let Brainiac push him to a point where he's still Superman, but he also knows he needs to be creative on how he's going to beat him while not getting a town demolished the way Man of Murder did. Just
what? You've converted me. I will change my I would change my vote on that and say you're right. I think we do need to. I think in general, I think movies and TVs need to promote more healthy relationships with family and friends and colleagues and people you work with, especially in a time where society we're further apart than we've ever been, but somehow closer because we can connect each other with a snap of our fingers. Yeah. But yet we can be billions of miles or hundreds of miles away. And I think you're right. I think that's I'm going to think on that more, but that's a good idea.
Let's make families great again. Let's make families great again. So 5, I know you say you don't go to movies. Are you going to make the exception for Superman, or are you going to wait to hear all our thoughts?
We'll see. I might watch it with my best friend Captain Jack Sparrow, but
did you say Captain Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, my best friend Captain Jack Sparrow. You never seen a movie with your best friend?
But why are you saying Captain Jack Sparrow? Am I missing something here?
Yeah.
He's talking about drinking.
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't know. I heard Captain. I think Captain Morgan. I don't know.
I'm retarded. Okay, I get
it. You ever been on like the bay?
Oh, you surf the high seas.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're a swimmer. Okay.
No, he's a surfer. He surfs.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. So basically, depending on what people say about it, I might go that route because I do want to see it. I want to see where everything builds, the building blocks of this universe. I guess whatever the fuck
that doesn't need to be a universe yet. It needs to be a good Superman movie before it can be anything else.
The
Iron Man was an Iron Man movie before it was a Avengers movie.
That's right.
That's why it did so well.
The number one thing they need to keep in check if they're going to actually be successful is don't skip steps. Don't just, which they're already looking like they are doing, because lots of Kingdom Come iconography, which is supposed to be the ending, which isn't supposed to be canon at all, but then it's just,
they love their non-canon into the canon.
Yeah.
They love it. They love it so much. So much.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay, dudes.
Build relationships from the start.
I agree. I'm gonna let you dudes plug your plugs. I'm gonna try to do this again in a few weeks. So, and I figuratively have wood here, and I'm knocking on it, so I could try to do this again. I'm gonna try to see if I can try to pull this again on a Wednesday night, so we can, if you guys are available, obviously have you all back on here. I just realized all 3 of you are Dolph Lundgren members. I have
the Cool Kids Club.
I have the biggest dicks on my panel. This is an honor.
All right, back up.
So
I promised I wouldn't do this, but no.
So anyways, chat, Thank you guys for being here. Madhouse, thank you for becoming a Dolph Lundgren member. Appreciate it. I'm gonna let you gentlemen plug your plugs on the way out. We'll start off with my friend Steven. Steven, what you got coming out your way, dude?
All right. I of course have. Let's see. What do I have coming up? Right. Well, I have my show Unscripted, which is Sundays at 8 p.m. I don't have the link up for that yet because I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take the weekend off or not. But if I come on, it's probably going to be kind of a Q&A thing. I do that sometimes. I have a show called The Other Side of Midnight, which is 12:05 a.m. Monday, 11:05 p.m. Central. That show's on hiatus right now, but it's going to be coming back in either mid or late December or early January. I also co-host 2 shows with my friend Outlaw Bill, Action Theater, which we already have the next 2 shows ready to go. We're going to do Falling Down on the 5th, and we are going to do Die Hard 2 on the 12th.
Nice.
That's,
I like
that's
Die
gonna
Hard
be,
2.
Yeah, that's going to be Thursdays at 3:30, and we do Western Cinema Presents 4:00 on Sundays. So that's pretty much what I have coming up. I'm kind of in a bit of a transitional period. I'm going to be rebranding something.
Yeah.
Not
the biggest dick on the panel anymore.
Damn it! I have to be more careful. I walked into that one. You know. GTA, motherfucker, 10 points.
That was good.
You got me.
Brilliantly played. That was the best.
Okay.
Well, hey, Steven. It was good to hang out with you, dude. I still accept you into my life as you are.
Thank you.
Transition.
Thank you for supporting me during this time.
The pleasure is mine. Guys, the link is in the chat. Go sub to my man here. Okay, please make it happen. 5 Pico. Do you guys anything coming out with Jade Light?
No. We've been going very slow because we both have lives now.
YouTube.
He's currently reading through New Jedi Order Conquest, so that'll be when it happens.
Okay.
But feel free to sub in the meantime, I guess.
Who's
Hold
on. I hear someone's got background noise. All right.
No
All
worries,
right.
background noise
All right.
anymore.
Go ahead and say that again. 5 for our wonderful chat.
So if you like New Jedi Order, we're doing not timely reviews of all the books, and just going through them because my friend here is going through them for the first time, and they're like the best Star Wars ever. So
Excellent.
one day you're gonna be there. Finally,
one day I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be huge, man.
one day trademark.
Always harder and never softer. Thanks for being here, 5. All right, Mr. Madhouse. Plug your plug. Oh, your mic's off. Oh, he's getting it together. Yeah.
No, I was talking to my roommate. He was the one talking. He's in his microphone, so he can't hear how loud he is.
It's okay.
I mean, I don't do much. I stream every once in a while on Madhouse Retro on Rumble. I'm Rumble exclusive. That's the only place I stream. Yep, go Rumble. We love Rumble over in my squad. 420 friendly streams. We chill, play video games, watch or listen to music and smoke. We talk about anything and everything. And then I'm going to be starting up a I don't want to call it like a specialty like show, but I'm just gonna have a show where I just talk about things while I smoke, but also like showing off different brands that I buy and like talking about them and stuff like that. like what I like, what I don't like about them. So it's gonna be like a Snoop Dogg Twitch stream where he just talks about anything and everything. That's what I want to do.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. I just posted your link in the chat. So
Appreciate it.
guys, go follow Mr. Madhouse on Rumble. He is a exclusive Rumbler. So you and Mike Tyson have the same commitments in life. You're both exclusive to Rumble. Don't let
And we
that
both hate
go.
Jake Paul.
And you both. Hey, well, guys, you guys, I'm proud to have you guys as my biggest members. There's something that feels very fulfilling about it. So thank you, gentlemen, for being Dolph Lundgren members. Into the chat, thank you for hanging out with us, whether you are a member or not a member. I love having you all in here. So you all have a great night. Have a happy Thanksgiving. But this is the part where we call it a night. And maybe I'll see some of you with some of the other YouTube guys. Thank you. And
Bye-bye.
that was
Bye.
the